Hello and welcome back to all my April batchmates. Friends, during last 2 weeks, we all tried to warm up our hand on Excel sheet. We tried to do some basic exercises on Excel sheet. We tried to work the same thing on spreadsheets by Google, which is online. Friends, during last week, you all tried to search the country where we are going to invest. Right, friends? So it was a wonderful exercise. I hope many of you have done your homework very well. Friends, this exercise tells us that which are the countries which are going to grow. It should not happen like that we are investing in a country and that country is not growing and some other countries are growing. Just think about it. I offered you two land. You have a plant to sow. What end result you want that your plants should become big tree. Now if the one land which I am offering you is not a fertile land, we can't cultivate it in a proper way, results will not good. But if the another land which I have offered you is a fertile land, water availability is very good, then what will happen? End results will be good, right? Both in both the land you are going to do same hard work, but in first land our hard work will be wasted. So that is the reason before doing any type of research we try to search the countries which are going to grow in coming 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, because we are investing for long term, and your small plant should grow into a big tree in coming 1 2 3 decades. So this was the exercise. This was the current data that yeah, US, as number is written, US was number one country, is number one country. China is number two, India is number seven, German fourth, Japan third, right? And as per your new data which you have created, now you know that India has jumped their places from seventh. India will jump from seventh to third till 2030, and US will be downgraded from number one to number two. China will be upgraded from number two to number one, and several same thing is going to happen in several other countries. So, in which countries we need to invest, which are going to be upgraded? So, simple exercise you did. See, friends, to do this exercise, it was not a rocket science. You need a data source, right? So what was the first thing? The source from where you are going to get the raw data. Once you got your raw data, see some basic things we were supposed to learn in Excel. You were supposed to learn what? See, let me write down here what you learned to arrive to the end results. You learned first of all, source from where you are going to have some data. After getting all raw data, you try to arrange your data in a proper way. Now this is a normal exercise, right? You can arrange in another way. It is not that you should arrange as I have said. Your own creativity can work here, right? After arranging the data, you seek 2 3 formulas. See, one formula you have used here was the growth formula, right? You want to know what was the growth of different time frames, right? For example, you try to search the growth from 1960 to 2000, that was previous century data. You try to search the growth of this century, 2001 to 2018. This growth you were able to search due to the formula of growth. Another formula you needed was the formula of future value, right? So this helped you to arrive to future value, that is 2030. So it was simple thing, right? Then you just arrange it so that it can be useful. See, okay, let me again go to same place. Yeah, this was our 5, right? See, this is the chart. Number 1, number 2, number 3. This is just your estimate. Your estimate can go wrong, your estimate can go correct, your estimate can go right, and IMF estimate can become wrong. It's all right, right? So each and every person can use the data as per their capability. Here, let me check what you all have done here in your homework. See, whenever we will give homework, it will be compulsory that homework should be completed, right? Ashish, so Ashish from Baroda. Ashish, you have done a very good job. See, you kept your data. As per your data, these are the growth figures that which country has grown during last 18 years or during last or since 2000, that is during last 18 years, or till 2018 during last 60 years, right? But where is that future value? We need to know why you did this exercise, Ashish. You know, you did this exercise to know which countries are going to grow. So we need that value. That's an incomplete work. Please complete it, right? See, Bhagya madam have done a wonderful work. Bhagya madam, you have done everything properly. You have used your own creativity here. See, wonderful. You took this growth of 2019 data, that what is this year. So that's good thing. You arrived to the GDP of 2019. Here is your growth till 2000, your growth till 2018, your growth estimate for 2020. See, this is a good thing again which you have. See, this is the estimate you have taken from several institutions that as per IMF this year you took this United States, that United States is going to degrow by 2%, right? Different countries you have considered. China will grow by 1.6%, India will grow by 1.8%. That's a wonderful thing, Bhagya madam, right? And as per this data, you arrived to the GDP of 2020, that is this year. Good. You have given another important data, that is too bad year in 11 years. You are right. Right, till now US was growing by 7%, but since last 11 years they have grown by just 5%. So this is your creativity. You can search several different things from a single database. These are the data of 2030 as per you. Short-term growth starting since 2020, that is last 18 years data also you are having. So wonderful work, Bhagya madam. Good. Right? This is your database for 2030. What will be their market share in 2030? Good, very good work. Right? Now let me check Rakesh bhai, Rakesh Dave. Same thing, what more creativity you did? Okay, so wonderful. You have your average growth and you have your data of 2030. As per you, this will be GDP of China, this will be of US, and India will be 7, that is at third number. Good. And Rakesh bhai, wonderful. See, this is a good shit. Huh? It looks good. See, your creativity in adjusting these row and columns. These all are normal things in spreadsheets or Excel sheet. You can use your own thing. You have done a very good work. You have written, see, what Karan did, he have merged this whole 3 cell and written estimate growth. That is a very good work, right? So here is your data for 2019, the data for 2013 looks good, huh? Karan, very good shit here. And this is a very good data end result. of your countries of 2030, right? Very good work, Karan. Wonderful. Liked your sheet. Okay. See, in the sheet of Karan, I can see, yeah, Nigeria and all these things. Asim. Good, Asim. Very good. Okay, wonderful. Estimated GDP growth of 2020 you took from IMF website. Right. So now you have the data estimation of 5.9 minus India 1.9 plus China. Now these are estimates. They will again give a finer version of these estimates after 3 months. That time just readjust a little bit. They might say that now we think that US will not fall by minus 5%, but it will fall by only 4%. Then you can readjust it here, right? So no need to see any other news media. Now whole data is with US in, and you have done a wonderful work. See, you have clearly written the data growth from 1960 to 2018, growth from 2000 to 2018, current year growth till 2030. You have given very good data of 2040 and even 2050 data, right? Now see, Asim, the data which you have given for 2050, right? That's good. China's, India's, all countries estimated growth. See here what is that when we are seeing for long term for 2050, some other parameters are going to work here. For example, the countries which is going to focus more on education, that is literacy rate, if they are able to increase, we can see the impact in short term GDP which can help in long term GDP. If countries would be able to give high jobs, that is lower employment can lead to higher growth, right? Higher urbanization can lead to higher growth. Higher digitalization can lead to higher growth, right? Because the more digitalization, the more rural urban gap will be filled. There are several factors. Demographic dividend will be added, right? The country with more young people could grow more. So we can do plus minus. This is your data, Sim, for 2050. Now, as due to this all macro level data, like which we just discussed, education, the more jobs, lower inflation, these all things can help grow demand, right, friends? So you can readjust your growth in coming time as per your requirement. Now IMF has predicted that India could be at number one, number two, or number three position in 2050. They doubt that India might be at number one or number two, right? Why? Because they consider that India would be fastest major economy to grow, right? Considering these all small parameters. So when we are searching for too long, some parameter are going to work here, right? We will talk on this later. Till now, I will say yes, you have done a wonderful work. Who is this country? 118, Indonesia. See, you are absolutely right. है ना? This Indonesia in 2050, let me just check it. Okay. So see, 31, 32, these two country would be China. Oh, okay. 59, which is this one? US. This is India, right? Now, India could reach US till 2015 due to this demographic dividends and several things which we discussed. Who is this 11? Indonesia. See, this is right that Indonesia could enter in top 5 economies. This Nigeria, you will be reading in several papers that Chinese companies are investing in Nigeria. You will think, oh, what is there in Nigeria? A poor country. But see, they are focusing on 2050. They are thinking long term. Just you know that Jack Ma have visited several times to Nigeria. They are investing in Nigeria. Why? Because they are looking on future, right? So your data and Jack Ma data are matching, huh, Asim? Let me again rearrange as per your old data. Huh? Good, Asim. Very good work. Sanjay ji, again, see, wonderful. I see your sheet looks very beautiful. And you have arranged it again in a very beautiful manner. Given a formula here so that other people can understand. Very good. This is growth till 2018. This is post 2000. Wonderful work. Here you have given written exact company country's name, which country have grown. So growth till 2018, Singapore have grown. See, the same demographic dividend Singapore was having. Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, China, Ireland. This is post 2000, that during last 18 years. Yes, see here, China, India, Indonesia, Nigeria. These are the countries. Now see, you can differentiate between major economy and minor economy. So Indonesia doesn't come in major economy. Today, who are major economy from all your list? China, India. These are major economies who are doing big chunk, who are having bigger share. So that is the reason whole world says that China and India are the country who are fastest growing in major economies. They are not saying Indonesia every time. Why? Because it is not major economy, right? So don't get confused why these people are not talking about Indonesia, right now. So good work, Sanjay ji. So this all data will help you in several ways. Srinivasa ji, wonderful work, very good. Again, your sheet is a very beautiful sheet. China, US, India, Germany, you have given your data in a very good manner. 2000, 2010, 18, 19, these all are estimates. So you have written here estimate. This is a very good sign of any presenter. Long term, short term, you have written clearly, right? Very good. Average growth, this is the 2030 estimate. And as per you, India would be third. As per you, there will be some other countries also which would be growing better. All these green are upgraded countries. All this red color are degrading countries. Good work. See, let me give you some data before we reach to Arunji and other people's work. See, why we are doing? Because we want to know some growing countries. If we can do this simple, we can arrange the raw data in a better way. If we can use some formula, you can arrive at a very wonderful data. See, this is the world data. Let me show you some my country's data, which I have approached by the same way, which I have taught everybody. Right? See, this is the population. India's population 130 crore. If I want to do business in India, then I should know where India stays and what is the GDP, from where main GDP comes. So India 35% is urbanized and 65% is rural. So majority of India stays as rural area. That is the reason many of the schemes you may be seeing is launched in rural area by government, because they know if they take any scheme to vast majority of the people, then it will give good effect to GDP, right? See, this is the data. There are around, not around, it's the exact data. There are 7,935 cities. This data is of around 2012 data. Why? Because in 2011 we have the census. So cities, 7,935 cities are there in India, and 5 lakh villages are there in India. This I have put round figure. 640 districts are there. Out of these 7,935 cities, 298 cities are having population of more than 1 lakh. 52 cities are having population of more than 10 lakh and only 5 cities which are having population of 1 crore. So these 5 are mega cities. These 52 cities could be said as metro cities in India. Now what we can understand that if we just take these 52 cities which are having population about 10 lakh, then my dear friend, they are having around 25% of India's population here. So we can understand from here that 75% population stays somewhere else and 25% population only stays in this metro cities of India, but they give 50% of the GDP of India. So from where India's GDP comes from? From these metros, 52 cities with 50% GDP we can say, right? Metros and mega cities. So 25% population gives 50% GDP, and it clearly means that where consuming class people would be staying. See, here I have even considered the data of 2030. As per 2030 data, today 52 cities are there with more than 10 lakh population. In 2030, there will be 79 cities with 10 lakh plus population. You know that India is a country with historical cities. India is having some of the oldest cities because India's economy, India's culture is oldest among whole world. But during the golden period, these cities were producing, single cities were producing very high GDP during that time. Then what happened when UK rise? We saw that London have grown. London was with highest GDP, maximum jobs they have been providing in London. That was the reason whole world war want to go to London. London grew like anything. It was a number one city of whole world. Then came US and Japan's number. So we saw that Tokyo and New York flourished. There were jobs, there were employment, there was GDP, right? So as GDP rise, as country grows, we may see that we are going to see increase in these cities because some of the transition cities will become big cities. Some of these cities from 300 will be transferring from 300 to this 79 number. So some of the cities which are having the population of more than lakh will be transferring themselves to 10 lakh plus populated city. And what is the main thing about this thing? Friend, 44% of consuming class people. You know what is the meaning of consuming class? Whenever if you will read in any company's research, that if we are talking about consuming class means those people whose those household whose annual household is more than 5 lakh, right? So people earning more than 5 lakh annum are called as consuming class. So we can see that 44% of consuming class would be in these 79 cities in coming time in 2030. Today, this 52 cities give 50% of the GDP, but in 2030, my dear friend, they would be giving 77% GDP. So GDP would be high concentrated from these 79 top cities. So if you are a national player of any company, you want to launch your product, where you are going to focus? Definitely in the 79 cities, because this is where consuming class stays. Friends, 77% of the air traffic will be in these 79 cities. You are going to see too many airports, but all the airports will not have so huge traffic. These 79 cities are going to have 77% traffic. So you can understand what Indigo would be planning. From this 44% consuming class, you can understand where Reliance will be targeting, where Audi company would be targeting. They would be targeting to this 300 city, or they would be targeting to this 79 city. So this is the way how data can help to you as an investor. This is the way how data can help to the companies who are launching their products. It's very simple thing, right? We just need to collect the data, arrange it, and use it, right? See, these are the household. There are around 35 crore household staying in India. Out of this 35 crore household, today 9 crore household are consuming class, right? So today only 9 crore people, that is 25% people, we can say, in India comes in this 5 lakh plus class. It is a low data because majority comes at lower level, right? So where the company would be focusing if they want to grow? On these 9 crore families, first time aspirers. See, first time aspirers means these are those people who are right now below, they are earning right now below average income of India. They are staying somewhere in some rural area, but they are going to jump their class. They are going to make money. Today, they might be having income of just 1 lakh, 2 lakh yearly. But these aspirers are going to jump from today's 2 lakh to maybe 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 1 crore. These are first time aspirers. That is, they are going to see money first time in this 10 years. So this class is also important, as this class is going to consume, they are going to purchase too many things for first time, which right now they don't have. Right, friends? This is a part of data. Friends, India, why we are focusing? See, GDP growth, highest we are having GDP growth in major economies. Friends, India with highest GDP per capita. Inflation is controlled, demographic dividend, as per demograph, we are youngest countries. So what is, we just look with a lens in India, friends, see, share, you can see here, south, west and north. See, India could be classified into 5 parts: north, west, south, east and central region. But 75% GDP comes from south, west and north. So now just tell me, you have the data that 75% GDP come from south, west and north, 25% GDP come from east and central region. Where will be first any company with premium product would be launching their product? You have the answer. Friends, today 8 states give 50% GDP. So these 8 states would be in focus, because these 8 states which are in the top in the GDP are going to provide higher employment. We are going to see migration from different states to those states which are growing, right? How you can approach to this whole data? See, it's a very wonderful thing. Just collect the data, arrange the data, right? See, a wonderful thing. Another thing, share to GDP in rural. That is rural. I already discussed. There are having around 5 lakh villages, right? Out of these 5 lakh villages, out of these 8,000 cities, only 300 cities comes in with more than 1 lakh population. That is, we can say in urban. All other cities could be in transition phase. From village to town, they are transiting, right? So all these 7,500 cities are not cities, right? Now, share to GDP. Rural gives 12% share to GDP right now. Mega cities, there are only 5 mega cities, but 28% GDP comes from these mega cities. Got it, friends? GDP per capita, it's very, very important, my dear friends. See, today India's GDP per capita, we can say that average income is 2 lakh rupees of India as per 2020. Yes, our income is growing by 10% every year. So growth is too high. But if average India earns 2 lakh, see the data, people in mega cities are having here, I'm sorry, it should come 3.8. Now I have removed the decimal, so let me write down 4. So see, average people staying in mega city earns 2 times more than average India. Tell me, where premium product would first launch? Yeah, that is the reason you always see any bank's branch first coming in mega, any new car dealer, if premium car dealer would be coming in mega because there is no problem of money. Now, if we see rural area, 65% country stays in rural and the income gap you can see here that if average Indian earns 2 lakh, the person in rural earn 1 lakh. But if you compare the average rural person with mega city, then average person staying in mega city earns 5 times, 4 to 5 times more than the person earning in rural. You might argue that they are having low expense, but why they are having low expense? Because of low income. Once, as since last several years we have seen that government is on focus to improve their income. So what will happen? As income will improve, they are going to consume several things. So your companies are going to grow like anything due to this all transition. Now, one more data. You would be thinking that which is the number one sector of rural. I have asked this question to several meetings. People generally say that agriculture is the number one source in rural area. Do not agree with this thing. Friend, this is the data as per exact India's calculation. 55% GDP of rural area comes from service sector. So in today's time, service sector is growing even farther than, than agriculture in this rural area also. So service is playing a major role. In mega city, service is contributing for 77%. So you see in India, service sector is growing like anything. Right? See, this is the photo which I got from good research from McKinsey. See, this is the very good data from 2012. Very high performing are those cities which are having a very high GDP growth, a good GDP right now also, and combining to GDP, they are having GDP per capita. That is, consuming class people stays more there, right? For example, in India, Delhi, Ludhiana, sorry, India, Chandigarh, Goa, Pondicherry, these all are the cities which we can say they are in very high performing, right? See, why Goa? Yeah, good travel destination. People like to go there. Their GDP is per capita is also higher than average India. So what happens? So average India during 2012 were having just 12% AC out of 100 people, out of 100 household, 12 household were with AC. But in this very high performing cities, 52% houses were with AC, right? So Chandigarh, Goa, Bombay, Delhi, Pondicherry, you can see this thing. But if we focus on these low performing cities come from low performing states. There what we are seeing that only 9 out of 100 people are having AC. So tell me where Voltas would focus, where Whirlpool will focus, this city. So how they can know where to focus due to data, right friends? Got it? Now I have just discussed you that aspirers people. Aspirers means they were earning a very low income, but in coming 10 years they are going to earn good money. right? Good means not in richest class, but at least they are going to upgrade themselves from even below poverty line to average India to income group, right? See here, you can see they were only having 9% AC. Average India was having 9% household were having washing machine. Performing city states are having 42%, right? Cars, average India was in 2012 with only 4% cars. These cities were having 16% cars. So which dealer would be benefiting most? In those cities where there is money, right or wrong, friends? So the data which you have created now of country, I have just discussed you country data, the data which you have created of world is also going to help you, because these are the country which are going to grow, where cars are going to sell, where ACs are going to be sold, right, friends? So let us proceed further. We have seen the data of Srinivasan ji. Arun Tyagi, again you have done a very good work, right? Wonderful, Arun ji. Viral ji, okay, good. As per you, top 1, 5, second number you have given, good. Rajendra Bajpai ji. So see all your data. Why all your data shows that India would be third? That is the reason whole world is focusing in India, right? Munir, arey, very good, yaar. A beautiful sheet you have created, right? You have even written the contribution, a new column, right? So good. You can create your own creativity and give a new design to whole world, right now. Current year growth you have taken, good. This is 2030 estimate. Okay, 2030 ranking, outperform, underperform you have written. See, this thing can help you, right? So wonderful thing again. As per you, Indonesia, Thailand, these are the companies which are going to perform. Bangladesh, see Bangladesh, you know, as per Munir, Bangladesh economy will be larger than Pakistan. And you are right. Even Bangladeshi know this thing. And that is the reason several countries are attracted toward Bangladesh, because they know that Bangladesh is a high growing country, right? Good data, good Munir, very good work, huh? Wonderful. Oh, you have created chart also. Very good. And last one, Amol. Neat and clean sheet. Your top list. If your top list matches in India, then we will invest in India. If your top list says that France is going to grow, then we will invest in France. Right, friends? So good. Now see, there are homework of several people, but here I could not find homework of other people. Let me clarify this thing. Friends, whenever homework will be given, each and every participant will have to do the homework, because we will not able to proceed further till your homework is completed. I want assurity that the things which we have discussed you are able to know, right, friends? See, whole 7 days we have given to you. In 7 days, friends, we can do this thing, right? So all those people who have done incomplete work should complete. All those people who have not done the homework, please, this is a request. You will have to do the homework. Before you do the homework, we will not move further, my dear friends. Right? Because when in coming weeks we are going to dive more, how can we dive more if I have no confidence that people have understood or not understood? Right? So still you have 2 days. Please complete your homework in next 2 days, because after your completion of complete this chapter 2, we are going to proceed on a very wonderful chapter. You have searched India and you know that India is going to grow. In this week we are going to search growing industries. We are going to search where Indians are going to spend money. Right, friends? So before we proceed, please complete your homework. Right? Thank you so much. Jai Hind.